So let's go down to the woods today. I'm sure we'll be in for a big surprise. That's how the saying goes. And welcome back to a brand new video. So today, Strom Floris has landed within the United Kingdom. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a bit of a look around Blackpool. We're going to have a look on the Promenade. We'll pop over near Stanley Park and a few other areas and just see, how bad, if anything, this storm is what's landed. Come and join me. So we're just near the go-kart track, and you see all the water, the sea has receded as the tide is on its way out, but it's very, very windy up here. So what we're going to do, we're going to move over towards the Promenade, North Pier, just see how things are down there, but wow, it's windy. So like I said, we're going to move over to the Promenade side, and then I'm going to have a look around Stanley Park and different areas. We've just arrived at the Sunken Gardens, which is just near, you see the Metropole Hotel, just on the left-hand side. So what we're going to do, we're going to head over to the walls of the North Pier. It looks like it's all closed up for safety, because normally when there's like storms and very high winds, they close all the piers off. So go and just have a bit of a look around the Promenade, and like I said, just see if it really is a storm what people are talking about. So the iconic North Pier, which is now up for sale. It's been up for sale around a couple of weeks now, and that one is all closed off today. I'd imagine, like I said, it is very high winds, so they're certainly taking the precautions on this one. Yeah, the beach house are taking no chances today. You can see they've battened everything down. See those brollies there, that was out yesterday in that glorious sunshine. But to be honest, it's really nice day. But like I said, you can see everything is all secure with this one. So he's gonna walk past the RNLI. You can see those ladies, they're fighting the wind. Look at that. And you can just see, just behind the RNLI, those lollipops, the spoons, as a lot of people know them by. Just look at the position they are in, bent right over. Look at that, really bent right over. And it is a strange one, this one, Strom Floris. So normally you associate storms with huge high tides, thunder, gushing it down with rain. But look at this one, it's bright sunshine, blue skies. It is a very, very strange one. But like I said, you can just see the storm, the spoon, shall I say, what angle they are in. As we're just heading over, it's like Central Pier, possibly maybe open, I'm not too sure. You see a few people. Go and have a bit of a look at that one. Like I said, it's a very strong gust, but is it a storm? That's what you got to ask yourself. Is it really as bad as they make out? You can just see, like people's clothes and the coats. You can just see, like I say, you obviously can't capture wind on the camera, but it's very strong gusts, put it that way. So just arrived near Central Pier. Looks like that one is possibly closed. I think you can only go a certain way. And what's this? What is going on here? Looks like they've got the old block, so it's been fenced off. Not too sure what is happening with this one. Just near Central Pier. Look at that. That's an interesting one. Let me know in the comments what is going to be happening here. Looks like they're getting ready for something. Is this just like a holding place? Possibly for the air show, I'd imagine. In fact, it probably is. It would be for the air show. So you can see they're all getting prepared all ready for that one. That is this Saturday and Sunday. That'll be an absolutely amazing display. You've got to come down and see that one. There you go, you can just see the old spoons now with the tower bent right over central. But normally this one is for the kids. It's like a huge inflatable like slide and things. You see, this one certainly isn't open today. You got all the barrels and the tires holding this one down. I remember we came a few years ago, about a couple of years, 18 months ago probably I'd say, and all the chairs, the barrels were rolling around the promenade. What an awful experience that was, but you can see they've definitely secured this one today. Just a bit of a shot looking back towards the tower. You just see there's still people on the beach. Like I said, it's a very strange one. You know, the sun is bright, it's warm, but like I said, the storm is supposed to be here. And like I said, you know, many people haven't sort of turned up, especially, you know, in August, you know, with the summer holidays, and maybe people are taking that extra precaution and not risking it. It's a very, very quiet day along Blackpool Promenade today. And you see someone over there trying to get the kite in the air, and it's absolutely perfect weather. Once it's up, I'd imagine it will stay up. But it's one of them, you know, so actually getting up in the air possibly. But it's absolutely perfect weather to fly a kite. Wow. And how quiet does Central Pier look? So it is open, but it looks absolutely deserted. Look at that. There's not really, there's a handful of people on there at the moment. It looks absolutely deserted. You wouldn't think, like I said, it's, you know, the summer holidays in Blackpool. Very quiet. So this is the spot. Was here probably about a year ago. I think it was Storm Ashley maybe, or Storm Darrow, not too sure, but wow. The sand was absolutely incredible. It was whipping up a right sandstorm. And this is basically where we stood. And it was so hard to even breathe, to see. It was absolutely incredible. So nothing like them scenes today. But you can just see. Let's have a quick look. Again, how quiet. You know, the Tower Gifts is closed up today. I think Happy Days Amusements there are open. And there's a few sort of places open, but absolutely unbelievably quiet today. So maybe, you know, the possibility of a bad storm, you know, in the northwest put a lot of people off. But to be fair, you know, it's a little strong gust of wind, but it's nothing really to write home about. So I think Blackpool has escaped really well. I just arrived on Bonny Street. We'll have a bit of a walk up. You see the old signs still on the right hand side, the old Bonny Street signs, and it's like one's come away. They see it flapping in the wind. But yeah, so the old signs are still up at the moment. So I think we'll head over down to the promenade again, and like I said, it's quite windy on the actual promenade. As soon as you come like a street off, it's not too bad. You probably hear the wind on the microphone as we fight our way to the prom. So we just make our way past the spyglass, the little pubs along this way, and I think what we'll do, we'll head over. Wow, we'll head over towards Stanley Park area and see if there's any damage being done along that way. But it is like I said, quite windy. The gusts are quite bad, and this is not what's known as the windy corner near the Albert and the Line, the windy corner, and it does get very, very blowy around this little part. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button if you do like these sorts of things. We always try to cover as much as we possibly can. Just a bit of a look out to sea, and you can see it's all white, the sea foamy, but the tide is on its way out. So I think we've escaped a little from the high tide today, but all in all, there's no damage being reported, nothing whatsoever. It's amazing how those seagulls just glide in the gusts. About sort of 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts, the wind today. So what we're going to head over towards Stanley Park, having a bit of a look around that area to see if there's any damage being caused. So we just popped near Stanley Park and North Shore. Well, in fact, it's Stanley Park Golf Club, not North Shore Golf Club. Stanley Park Golf Club. So we're going to have a bit of a look around, just see if there's any damage being caused in this neck of the woods. So this little area where it's going to have a brief walk, you can just see that tree right in front of us where it sheared off in one of the previous storms. You can just see there how it's been carved off, and that was about a year ago that happened. So we're going to have a bit of a look around and just see if there is any damage caused. Let's go down to the woods today. I'm sure we'll be in for a big surprise. That's how the saying goes, but so far so good. Looks like there's been absolutely no damage, no fallen trees, nothing at all. And you can just see that is Stanley Park Lake. We're going to have a bit of a closer look at that one. Stanley Park, what an absolute stunning picture this would take here, you know, with all the like the algae on there. They just see the ducks pondering slowly, little baby ducks also. What a great picture that would take. So like I said, that you can see there's a tree just already in the lake that's not been caused by any storm damage recently. I think that's probably just sort of natural how it's sort of just carved in. So like I said, we're gonna have a quick scout round, but like I said, so far so good. So there's a few little branches, what has fallen, nothing at all, literally to right home about. Like I said, just the odd branch what has come down. And you just see how the roots have gone. So this isn't being caused by, I mean, maybe it was caused by storm damage at one point in the past, but you see all the roots has been ripped up previously. Look at the huge, look at that, the huge trunk, and that one goes all the way into the lake itself. So I think we'll leave Stanley Park, and what a stunning setting Stanley Park is. If you've never been to Stanley Park, certainly worth the visit. They've got all sorts of little cafes, they do live performances, everything on Stanley Park. But going back more to the video, there's literally no damage done, which is incredible within Stanley Park itself. We've been out most of the day today, just seeing what is going on, anything happening, but you can just see the tide. When was first started, the tide was going out, and now it's actually rolling in. So I don't think it's a very high tide, but it is going to be a little choppy, I'd imagine. So we'll have a bit of a walk. Again, I got absolutely soaked yesterday. You don't realise, but see all the seagulls possibly waiting. That bit of fish maybe coming in. The odd cockle, who knows? But it's I said, we're not going to go right into this. A little wet the beach. Yeah, so move the camera, pan it round, right round, all the way round, past the North Pier, looking towards that wonderful tower. How about that for a shot? So let me know if you can make that out on the video. You can just see all the sand is being swept towards the promenade. Let me know if you can see that, because you can certainly see it with the naked eye. And like I said, another sort of 10-15 mile an hour, these winds. All that always goes on the promenade. Wow. So I just received a card off George, a wonderful guy, and he likes a lot of the videos, watches probably almost all the videos, and he also watches Wildside, Daily Vlog Adventures, many other ones. So he sent me this fantastic card, so I'm just going to open it up on camera, and he dropped off at Chris Higgett's, and Chris Higgett has actually got his own YouTube channel as well. So it's very nice. Thank you, George. So let's have a quick look at that one. I can see the card there. Thank you. So let's just have a quick read. Oh, look at that. Oh, George, £20 as well. That is so good of you. Thank you. And it's the second time he's sent something, so I really appreciate it. I'll read the words out. So he's put, to the Blackpool lads, thank you for all your vlogs you do for us, from George Smiley. And how fantastic is that? I think he's pronounced his yeah, George Smiley, I think he pronounced his surname right. So thank you, George. What a wonderful gift that is. That'll help towards doing another video, maybe a little further out, cover the cost of petrol, things like that. So a huge thank you. Thanks, George. So that's the end of today's video, and all in all, I don't think we did have really a storm in Blackpool. I think we just had some high winds, but let me know in the comments if you did suffer any damage at all in your area. Like I said, I think Blackpool escaped quite well. So like I said, consider hitting that subscribe and hit the notification button. You'll be notified of all the new videos. Until next time, look after yourselves, and as usual, take care, and it's a bye from me. Bye bye.